Hello, this is Patch. I am playing Dawn of War Soulstorm. And the reason I'm playing it is because I noticed I got a few new subscribers. And I thought, you know what, let's make a video. Give people something to watch if they decide to follow me. Today I'm going to be talking about some game design things that I feel are relevant. Specifically, I feel that the four base factions that came out with the original Dawn of War are much better designed than the later ones. So I'm just going to do some basic things and get myself in a winning position. And then I'll sort of talk about, because I think I'm only against a normal computer. I didn't actually check, but we'll soon find out when they come for me, and we see how well I fare. If it turns out that they're a hard or very hard computer, I may struggle a bit. And hopefully I'll be able to pull it through regardless. But yeah, I basically want to talk about how I feel that the first four factions, Space Marines, Orcs, Eldar, and Chaos Space Marines, are the most interesting and best designed. And I think I've got a pretty good case for that. Especially when you start looking at the finer details, which is not very introductory. So if you're not familiar with this game, then maybe give it this video a pass. I mean, you're welcome to watch it regardless. No one can stop you. Enjoy. I hope it's worth your time. But then, if you are familiar with the game, you'll probably get something out of this. Hopefully. I am playing Space Marines because they are the basest of base teams. They're the first team you're likely to ever play if you play this game. Very straightforward faction. They have all the bare bones things. I'm actually trying not to build up too much as well, to better benefit from this demonstration of early game tech choices that you can make. Hopefully they don't decap that. That would be really frustrating. Looks like they want to though. That or they're just camping there. Doesn't matter. Soon I'll have my chapter master. Ooh. Yeah, I'm beginning to think that maybe they're not just
Today the enemy shall know fear.
normal. Who knows? Maybe I just am getting beat.
Instructions. As you wish.
Get some of that. Pretty close. I'll hold out.
Scouts ready. Infiltrating enemy
Critical
territory.
location. Whoa, what am I doing? That's a very silly decision. One of the things I've noticed most significantly about the game is teching up has a lot of power to it.
Yes, most beneficent
Scouts
one.
awaiting
What
orders.
would you have me do?
I'm sorry, I don't play with hotkeys, so this probably looks very terrible to anyone watching.
Infiltration.
I play this game sort of very casually. I'm definitely not what you'd call a heavy Dawn of War player. I played it a little bit once or twice online, and it was a lot of fun. Definitely a fun sort of game to play with a group of people, but not the sort of thing I usually play.
I await your instructions.
So what I'm actually waiting for is this monastery HQ to pop,
Scouts awaiting orders.
and decapping this.
Yes, my lord. Scouts charge.
Goodness.
Scouts charge. Scouts awaiting orders.
There we go. Alright, battle's turning in my tide a little bit.
To position.
Just need to keep my scouts back so these guys don't engage in melee.
Command. I sense danger.
Excuse me.
We will root it out.
Await your instructions.
Oh goodness, yeah, this is definitely not normal difficulty.
At your command.
Normal difficulty is a pushover.
Search commence at your command. I sense danger. We will root it out.
When this is finished, I'm gonna build a machine cult.
Yes, Lord.
This is quickly turning into more of a tutorial video than a...
Build routine
Scouts
721
ready.
initiated.
Yes, my lord.
Okay guys, calm down.
Infiltrating
Alright,
enemy
they're starting to decap that. I probably need to start getting things. So once I've got this machine cult, I'm gonna transition into some
Scouts here.
very aggressive vehicles, anti-infantry, for some real domination. As you can see, the enemy team doesn't really have anything available to them at this time that can deal with vehicles, and that should lead to an early dominant position that'll win me the game ultimately. I just need to get to that, point. So I'm going to get land speeders. I could get a dreadnought if I pushed for gas a little more, and that's not a bad idea. Like,
Scouts ready. Yes, my lord.
dreadnoughts are very,
Scouts
very
in
strong,
position.
and
What would you have me do?
definitely lend
At your
themselves to that
command.
dominance. But
Infiltrating scouts in position. Yes, my lord.
I find that land speeders are a lot more effective against infantry at this point.
Scouts here.
Dreadnoughts take a very long time to attack things, whereas
Yes,
land
my lord.
speeders tend to just shoot and shoot and
Scouts
shoot and shoot.
advance. Getting into position.
And they're so cheap that I can get another one straight away. So let's go start pushing into this enemy base, and hopefully we can
My aim shall
sort of
not
oust them
falter.
while this guy caps.
What would you have me
Gonna jump him in there, and this will make the AI panic, because suddenly there's all this damage happening.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Stop killing him.
Defending objective.
And they finally got their Chaos Lord, but it's too late, because now I've got this land speeder, and he is just melting. Unfortunately that scout died, but as you can see, this guy can't handle it. Now I've got another land speeder, gonna drive him up. The AI is not very good at dealing with these things. If you can handle the AI early on, it's a pretty easy win in most cases. On the higher difficulties where they get huge advantages, it gets very offensive very quickly, but
Scouts
the main
in
crux of
position.
winning this game
Gathering
is
intelligence.
controlling points. Decapping points is very important. Being able to constantly decap what your enemy caps cripples them, which I haven't been focusing on because I've been mismanaging my scouts and focusing on the wrong things. So, but as you can see now, his units spawn and die, spawn and die. Land speed is just way too dominant. AI isn't sure how to deal with them. Now all I need to do is go find his workers, pick them off, try and pick off these listening posts, so he can't get any sort of static defense up in his own base, and then just generally ensure that the AI doesn't have anything beyond. Now that I've gotten on top of the AI, I'm starting to think that maybe they weren't on hard. I'll check after this to see what their default is, because this is really obviously nothing to write home about. And there is the listening post popped, and I'm just going to take that down as quick as I can. And start decapping
Scouts awaiting
anything
orders.
and everything I can
Infiltrating
find
enemy territory.
the AI has.
He who stands with me shall
But
be
at this
my
point I have fundamentally won the game. There is no... Oh, I've got another land speeder. I forgot about him. There's no recovery for them from here. That's it. Like, that's it. They've lost... They have no static defense. I've killed all their workers. They've built a Chaos Sorcerer for some reason. I don't believe he's particularly effective against vehicles.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Oh no, he's doing pretty good. But I have so many land speeders now that the game is sort of over.
At your command.
Oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna cripple the AI.
Yes, my lord.
Go on down, my
Gathering
scouts.
intelligence.
Yes, most beneficent one.
At this point I can really do whatever I want.
Scouts in position.
But I'm kind of curious as to what difficulty the AI was. So let's go check it out after this game. If you are going to play this game online competitively, my strongest piece of advice is that tech rushing is advisable to tier 2, to getting vehicles. Vehicles are so powerful and so strong that they are too relevant to ignore on basically every faction. I can't even give an example of a faction that can't use vehicles. I guess orcs can sort of get away with it for a while because they're so infantry-centric, but
Here to serve.
every other faction, it's basically mandatory to tech up
Build routine
quickly.
7 to 1.
And Necrons. Necrons also get away with it. Oops.
Awaiting orders.
Kill the Hellfire Dreadnought,
Scouts
just for that extra hamminess. Oh. And as you can see, these cultists just do no damage.
defending objective. Scouts here. Yes, my lord.
Absolute slaughter. Teching up is so valuable because these land speeders just do so much damage. If you get to land speeders and your opponent doesn't have a fortified situation, you just chase them down, shoot their infantry. If they don't, they need like a dedicated anti-vehicle to really deal with it. Land speeders are quite weak and vulnerable to anti-vehicle because they've only got 1,000 health. Because if you look at this Dreadnought, it's got 3,000. Even the Commander's got over 1,000 health. So land speeders die very quickly to anti-vehicle, but a lot of early factions don't have that. You need to really aggressively tech up to take advantage of the anti-vehicle. Even at this point, I don't think my infantry would have anti-vehicle because I don't have an armory. So, if someone applied this tactic to me, I'd basically just have to counter it with itself. Land speeders versus land speeders, you know? If this turns out to be a normal AI, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. Bye-bye, Sorcerer. As you can see, the Sorcerer's only got 1000 HP. He's a hero, but look how quick he dies. Oh. This is a really fun game. Oh, he's shooting diagonally. Oh dear. Oh well. And that's it. Let me just go into skirmish, see what the AI is automatically set to. It does not. Oh wait, hard. Yeah, that was a hard AI. Thank goodness. Well, I hope this was a good demonstration video of how to play against hard AI. I'll definitely try and do a video about my actual point in the future where I don't play against hard AI and I don't have to think. But thanks for watching. It was a lot of fun.